Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing well, hope everybody's staying safe, hope everybody's just fine right now. And well, as you just heard, I guess everybody is just spending more time at home, and probably a lot of you guys, especially if you're watching this, came back to Hearthstone, and well, all of us got a bunch of those Demon Hunter cards for free, right? It's kind of crazy, the first new class ever to be in Hearthstone. I don't know, it's like, is this the sixth or the seventh year of Hearthstone? So very long time. The first very unique new thing. So I don't know, I just want to kind of give you a brief overview of a Demon Hunter. Probably, I mean, you probably kind of just like played some games with it already, right? And kind of got back into the game, I guess. And for you guys that didn't get back into the game, well, Demon Hunter is still freaking new, and yeah, I don't know. This is kind of like my takedown after what is it now? 48 hours of the new set. No, it's not even 48 hours. It's like almost 2 days, but kind of let's get into this, right? So Demon Hunter, the new class. Demon Hunter, very new because first hero power that costs 1 mana. 1 mana, your hero gets 1 attack. It's kind of like half a druid hero power, right? Just don't get the armor, only the 1 attack. It's kind of the better part of the hero power, to be honest. So very strong hero power. Might kind of be the second, third best hero power in the game. Like, it's obviously dependent, but I think Rogue and Warlock are kind of top two. Demon Hunter is probably like the third one now. So what are the Demon Hunter decks? What are they doing and so on? After the first few hours almost, kind of nailed down to Tempo Demon Hunter and Combo-ish Demon Hunter, right? I think Tempo Demon Hunter, like this deck right here, kind of much about this deck list. Like a few cards there, a few cards off. Like this is a new legendary, probably not everybody has this. Just replaces with, I don't know, some like strong Demon Hunter cards for sure. Most of them are very strong, to be honest. So also, this is like Tempo Demon Hunter, right? This is just, you kind of curve down your opponent, you have Battle Fiend, kind of probably the strongest one drop in the game, honestly. This card is insane. It just beats up people standalone, grows every turn because, well, your hero power costs 1 mana, you kind of presses a lot. Very good. And then you kind of like just proceed and playing good, strong cards, right? Good, strong cards, curve out, you play minions. All of your cards kind of deal a lot of damage, so you can play either for board control, you keep removing your opponent's minions, keep just attacking into them. Then you have something like the RYE Warblades, which do have lifesteal. They lifesteal you back up if you attack onto the minions, so you don't really die face tanking all these things. You have a bunch of healing. Also have healing in form of stuff like I-Beam. Oh, and now, seeing I-Beam. This is the first new word for a lot of you guys. I mean, lifesteal is kind of new, right? But it's kind of self-explanatory, right? You deal damage, you heal the amount you deal. Then this outcast thing. What does outcast mean? Well, outcast means if the card is to the far left or far right of your hand, it does whatever it says there. So this card cost reduce, right? This card, you draw 3 cards. If it's outcast, you reduce the cost of the cards you draw. Pretty strong, right? Like super good to outcast those things. So this is like kind of the Demon Hunter thing. This is why the cards are so low curve, because you want to keep spending your cards, keep spending your mana. So the card of the like middle of your hand kind of cycles towards over the left, and then you have the outcast bonus. That's really good. Or if you top deck into a card, well, you can just outcast it, which is like very good mid to late game because you have enough mana to play most of the top deck cards. Now, the last kind of new thing, this card, the Imprisoned Ancient, is a dormant minion. What does dormant for 2 turns mean? Well, it means you play the card, then it kind of just like is a thing icon on the board. Then you end your turn, next turn it says 1 out of 2. And then the turn after that, so you play it on turn 5, on turn 7 it's gonna awaken, and then it's gonna deal the effect. Right? Like you kind of look at this card, 5 mana, 10-6, insane stats, kind of very crazy effect, but it needs 2 turns to get there to be a thing. Now, you kind of see like cards like I-Beam, the Imprisoned Ancient, and the Skull of Gul'dan here, for example, and also the Warblades. Kind of want to note that Demon Hunter was so good that around the first day, Blizzard decided, well, those cards are a little bit better than we thought. We're gonna make some small adjustments. So there's already a server patch online. So if you go into games, these cards are a little bit changed. Like this card only has 2 durability. This card, the Outcast, says it costs 1. And both the Skull and the Ancient are 6 mana, in fact. It doesn't look like it in your collection yet because there's no like download patch. There's only a server patch. So in-game it's changed. Your collection doesn't look changed. Now, I said to you guys that there's another deck as well. Another version of this. let's look into this, the OTK Demon Hunter. Now, I think that this is on average kind of like the worst deck, the worst version of the deck. It's more difficult to like get it off and so on, but it makes for a lot of fun and for a lot of flashy turns, because you kind of check this out, right? This is a 0 mana spell that says if you play it, you add a second slice to your hand. What is second slice? Well, it's exactly the same, just it doesn't add another copy. And then you have like this 1 mana spell, 1 mana spell, 2 mana spell. The Skull of Gul'dan is gonna make all your 2 mana spells and lower cost 0 mana. And then we come into the combo part of the deck, right? The Keltar Sunstrider. It says after every third spell you cast, the next one costs 0. So you cast like 2 spells for 0, then you cast this spell for 8 mana as well for 0. And then you move on casting like, I don't know, maybe 2 spells for 1, or 1 and 2. Still fits into 1 turn at 10 mana with this. And you cast a second 8 mana spell for 0 mana. And both of these give your hero 8 attack each. So it's a lot of burst damage, right? You kind of get what the combo is in your deck in the end. That's why you play all these draw cards. This card draws 2, draws 1, draws 1. This also draws, like, there's so much card draw in the deck. Makes it somewhat consistent, but also somewhat not, right? Like, you still need a legendary to combo, and yeah, that's kind of thing. Like that's why it's not as good as the tempo deck. But you have really, really cool turns with the Keltars, because you can also make this cost 0, then you draw spells. The spells you draw become 0, because if you outcast the Skull of Gul'dan, the cards you draw get reduced, and this is 0, and then you keep playing 0 mana spells that make your expensive spells become 0 mana as well, and you kind of keep going, right? So now you might think, well, this is a lot of damage, but it's not OTK. So theoretically, you can draw into your entire deck, right? And if the cards in your deck are kind of like in the right sequence, this is more or less a problem because of the outcast thingy. You can get a Doomhammer of Zephrys. You get a Doomhammer if you're kind of like far ahead on board, have 5 mana left. That's about the criteria. It's kind of weird, doesn't always work, right? And you also get Pyroblast of Zephrys if your opponent is more or less below 10 health, or 10 health or below. Now, you might think, well, but Zephrys doesn't understand the cost reduction of this card. You do just get the Pyroblast for the next turn. So what you do is you do just a combo-ish turn with the Keltars. You play these inner demons, you attack your opponent in the face. Usually reduce their health below 10 at that point. And then you proceed playing 2 whatever kind of small spells. And then you can play the Zephrys last, like having few to non-mana crystals left. It's gonna offer you Pyroblast. And then you Keltars can just cast a Pyroblast. Yeah, this is like a bit more difficult and to pull off, and it's probably gonna need a lot more games to get used to this, but even if you don't like need that many games to get used to it, you're kind of gonna have some cool turns with Keltars, because you just play spells for 0 mana, then your other spells become 0 mana, and you kind of keep going, playing cards, drawing cards, really cool. Also, this deck kind of combos off more with the RYE, the Outcast. I think this is the most OP card Demon Hunter has, by the way. This is like... This card is really, really crazy. I'm not really sure how this card could go through testing. I would have not let this card go through testing, not gonna lie. Yeah, because... like, you look at this, right? It says after you play the left or rightmost card in your hand, deal 1 damage to all enemies. It says enemies, it attacks your opponent's face. That's like the crazy part about it. And then you look at all these cards, like 0 mana... well, 0 mana card. If you cast, you get the new one, it also is on the outside of your hand. So this activates the card already twice, and you have like a bunch of 1 mana and 2 mana cards. And the Skull of Gul'dan gives you a bunch of 0 mana cards a lot of the times. So you actually activate this card like 5, 6, 7 times. And well, that's like 7 damage. That's like a Blade Fury for 7 mana, right? The OG guys of you probably remember Blade Fury. Card had to get nerfed. It was a really, really good card. And this card it's kind of doing the same in beta, so this is very scary. Should really try to learn how to combo with this card, should really try to look to do very, very crazy turns with this card. And, you know, I don't know, I kind of like try to give a short, brief overview, probably especially if you're like kind of coming back or kind of want to look at what's going on with Demon Hunter after 2 days. It's been like 2 days for me at least now, so... yeah, I hope I could help you guys with that.